Blog Talk Radio.
Oh, it's time to get real. Oh, yeah. It's a new experience. Reality, yeah, keep your ears open for this one now. Spirituality. You got a question for RLN? Spirituality. Yeah, it's time to get some answers, baby. Spirituality. Oh, now we get real. Yeah, it's time to get down. Yeah, you gonna feel good now. Real good. Now, that's what I'm talking about. Time to get real.
Time to get real, everybody. Welcome to Reality Spirituality Radio, the truth about happiness. Let me tell you, I am your host, Rebecca Lynn Norrington, and I want to say thank you for listening. Thank you for being out there. I don't know who's listening, if one person's listening, if a million people are listening. You know, 8 years ago, when I first started the show, I remember complaining to the universe, how come I don't have any more listeners? And the universe hit me with, we're listening. One of the things that really, that subtract, and we're going to get to this happiness checklist because it's going to be a really simple test. I'm going to ask you questions. It's either going to be yes or no answers. You know me, yes or no. And whatever you answer is going to determine if you're subtracting from your daily happiness. And again, let me just share with my new people, what is this definition of happiness? I'll give you mine. You're responsible for yours. And my definition of happiness is to be able to vibrate at a level of balance, of peace, of calm, of relaxation, regardless of what happens to me, regardless of what challenges me, regardless of what my eyes tell me, regardless of what my ears hear, to get to a point where I'm just, the word is really relaxed and at peace from the inside. In fact, my body could be tense. My muscles could be tight. But what's happening from the inside, what's happening in the inside, it's like all the way at the bottom of the ocean. I was watching a special the other day, and the bottom of the ocean, do you know that it's so dark and so peaceful? There are fish that are on the bottom of the ocean, and they have adapted, and instead of having fins, because they don't swim down there, they have feet. So we are so powerful. We can adapt, and we can learn, and we can grow with whatever the situation. It all depends on whether we prioritize it or not, or whether we want to or not, or whether we commit to it or not. And the commitment is the thing. I'm just going to say, the blame game is what a lot of people play. I'm just going to raise my hand and say it used to be my whole 10 Commandments. But I found out the hard way that it's not my circumstances. It's not the relationship you do or you do not have. It's not who won the election, the price of gas, or the weather. It's not your health or the aches and pains of life. It's definitely not money. It's not how you look or how much you weigh. It's not your children. It's not your parents. Your happiness, your inner peace depends on what you practice on a daily basis. You know, I claim to be a happiness specialist, and the reason why, listen, don't think it's easy. Don't think it's easy for me to vibrate with this peace and this, because it's not. And what the universe does to me, thank you, universe, in advance, is just throw. You know, if you ever played baseball and the ball is being thrown at you and you just bat it out of the park. Well, I get baseballs thrown at me all the time. Did I ask for it? I don't know. But for me, all it is just, it allows me to practice what I need to practice to get to another level of consciousness, to get to another level of growth. This job as a happiness specialist is not easy, but finding peace in every moment is a practice. And let me tell you, listen, certain things bother me. They still bother me. I moved to Oregon, almost 4 months ago. Oh, it's going to be 4 months. 4 months on the 26th. It's been 4 months in Oregon. Now, the difference between being in Oregon and being in California is huge. What I've learned is that these people, and I say these people with a lot of love, and I'm working on my acceptance. I'm working on it. But it's a different mindset. In California, I could get any contractor. Let me just tell you what happened this week. So I have a house that's been built maybe 2.5 years. It's a brand new house, people. And 2 days ago, the kitchen sink, the water in the kitchen sink, actually the cord, it's a hose, was leaking. So I'm so smart. I know how to fix that. I put some of that glue, that glue, that pipe glue, all around the hose. Oh, I could fix a couple of leaks. Well, apparently I can't, and apparently the hose is defective, and apparently when I opened the cabinets under the sink, I might as well just had a swimming pool under the sink because there was water everywhere. And let me tell you something. 5 years ago, 10 years ago, that would have just taken me to another level. A brand new house, brand new kitchen faucet, and I have leaky, water under the sink. But that's not even the lesson. I was fine with that. What bothered me was being in a small town, I can count on my hand how many plumbers are in the area. Now, plumbers, like electricians, my father was an electrician, they're expensive. House calls are expensive. And not only I can count on my hand how many plumbers are available, now how many good plumbers, how many recommended plumbers are available. And there's this one guy called him, and he said, what was it? I think it was a Wednesday. It was this Wednesday. And he said, I could get there on Monday. So in the meantime, I don't have I can't wash dishes. You water at the kitchen sink. And I said, well, I'll have to wait till Monday to use the kitchen. He said, I'll come on Friday. Now, each visit is a $90 service call. Now, listen, come on. People have to make the money, and I'm just sharing what bothers me. What one of my pet peeves, one of my what do they call that, buttons, is people that don't negotiate fees. People, because in California you can negotiate everything. I mean, it's 10% off, okay, 15%. I can no. People here, and I've dealt with a lot of people that comes up. Nobody negotiates. Can I say the word? Shit. Nobody negotiates anything. The fees are the fees. And one of the things that really bothers me still is I say it's like being handcuffed. Like I'm forced to use this person because he was the only one that's recommended. He was the only one that got the good reviews on Yelp. 3 people told me he's the best. Okay, so he comes out, and listen, these people that are experts, they know immediately. So, you just need a new spray hose. I said, oh, that's simple enough. First, he said, well, we're going to see. We might have to install a new kitchen faucet. And I'm thinking, the faucet isn't even 2 years old. It's a nice faucet. 2 years old. I'm thinking, that's hundreds and hundreds. Listen, when you're retired, you're on a budget, okay? A budget, a set budget. And I'm thinking, why would you have to replace a whole faucet? So he's talking about faucet replace, and then he's, maybe it's just the hose. So this guy, nice guy, I say that with my eyes rolling a little bit. He is a nice guy. He's just a businessman. And he says, well, let's call and see if the Lowe's or the Home Depot, I know I'm going on and on about the story, but Lowe's and Home Depot have the part for this particular faucet. Oh, this is the faucet. Oh, this is this brand. You have one of those Lowe's brands. I would never buy that. You know, they're not guaranteed. And I mean, he's telling me all of this, and so he calls Lowe's, and I'm thinking, this is your service call? You're on the phone? I mean, what? Because I'm up here counting minutes, you know, $90 an hour. I'm counting minutes. I mean, I can make a call to Lowe's, and oh my God! And then geez, and then instead of going right to the point when he calls Lowe's, I mean, I'm on the time clock here. Right when he calls Lowe's, he's saying, well, hello, how are you? Do you have this faucet? I'm here on a job. I mean, making a whole conversation. Oh, I was sitting, I was standing, and I'm thinking, I could have done all of this. It's just a spray hose. Bottom line is, the guy is there in my house for about 45 minutes, and my eyes told me that he didn't do anything. But he didn't do anything. He said, well, let's call the manufacturer. Actually, that was my idea to call the manufacturer. I call the manufacturer. They're gonna send a spray hose to the house because the faucet, thank goodness, is warranted for life. It's going to take him probably less than 10 minutes to put another spray hose on this faucet. He says, well, I'll come back when you get the parts. And I said, are you going to charge me another service call? Well, yes. Yes, I have to charge you another. I said, it's going to take you 10 minutes. So, see, already I'm resisting. Already I want to, I'm trying to bargain. I said, well, I'm on it. Listen, I even said this. I'm on a budget. And he says, we're all on a budget. He says, but this is my business. Did you read this? He gave me a flyer before he walked in the door. Did you read the fine print? Cash on delivery, service calls $90 an hour. And so what I'm saying is that really bothered me, that there's no wiggle room, there's no negotiation, and if you know me, you know I like to negotiate. And I didn't let it go. And I said, this is going to take you 10 minutes, at the most 15 minutes, to put on a service call, to put on another hose. You're going to charge me another $90, and I have to say, I wasn't getting upset, but I wasn't letting it go either. I didn't let it go either, because I like what I like, and I'm used to, and this is one of the things that, quote, bothers me. Being held hostage, no negotiation, and you know what this guy said to me when we were outside and I'm still trying to negotiate? I tried to negotiate with him for at least 20 minutes. You know what he said to me? He says, I have some customers that I won't even do business with because they won't pay my fees. What? Don't you know I'm a happiness specialist and everything's supposed to go my way? And I just had to swallow it, let it go, and say, oh, that's one of the things that bothers me. That's one of the things that gets under my craw. Oh, thanks, universe. Thank you for that lesson. Oh, so, and then, you know what I did, audience? You know what I really did? I said, you know what? I'm gonna see if I can put it on myself. I looked at the hose. First of all, I don't have the tools to take off a spray hose from a faucet. I'll go to Home Depot and hire somebody, one of the workers, one of the plumbers, and, I'm trying to save, another $50? $90? No, $90. He's going to come out and do it again. $90 for 10 minutes. The bottom line is, it's all on me. I tried. I tried to get this guy to bend. I tried to get this guy. Trust me. And so being a happiness specialist is the light's always shining right on top of my head. The light's always forcing me to look at self. The light is always is like, Rebecca, yes, it's you. It's not this. It's you. Don't you want to? It doesn't matter. See, even money, I can't even resist or be concerned about how much money I have or how much money I don't have. That can't even be a thought or an issue. It's rough, people. Let me get to this happiness checklist because, I could go on for a long time. This happiness checklist, I'm going to ask you a few questions. Actually, I'm going to ask you a lot of questions. I'm going to go through it really quickly. And the question is, what is your challenge in any moment? I'm going to answer yes or no. And this yes or no is really, what do you practice? What do you practice on a daily basis? What do you practice in every moment? So just answer yes or no after the end of these questions. And when you answer no, kind of make a little note of it and say, oh, I answered no, so that means there's something else I have to practice. Again, it's not, my whole practice is, my thing that gets me is all my thoughts about whatever is happening, and putting a judgment on my thoughts about whatever is happening. So that's what gets me every time, and being able to, when I say every time, a lot of the times in being able to, thoughts, they're not even my thoughts. Why am I identifying with my thoughts? The thoughts aren't true. The thoughts aren't real. The thoughts are illusion. That's what I have to practice, and it's just a constant practice. Okay, here we go. First question. I'm just going to run through them. What is your challenge in this moment? Answer yes or no. First question. Do you trust that everything that's happening is happening for your betterment, a.k.a. your personal or your spiritual growth? Do you trust, that's either yes or no, do you trust that the universe has and always will have your best interest in every moment of your life? Do you know that worrying means that you don't trust? It's interesting, people that say they worry. All it just means that they don't trust. Thank God I don't do that anymore. Do you believe that everything happens in perfect order? Everything that's happening from the creation, from the beginning of this universe, there is no beginning. From the beginning of the universe to the beginning of Earth to the end is in perfect order. That's either yes or no. Because if you do believe it's in perfect order, then you're okay with whatever happens. Are you taking whatever it is, whatever moment, seriously? Listen, I was taking that plumber charging me two service calls really seriously. That's why it bothered me. Are you taking whatever it is seriously? When faced with this challenge, do you practice changing your perspective? Changing your perspective in any moment. So that just means that it's either yes or no. That just means that, okay, using the whole plumber example, my perspective is, this is a lesson that when I practice it more, letting go of this attachment to bargaining and negotiating, that when it happens again, and it is going to happen again, that I'll be able to just, those are your prices? Swallow it and let it go. Do you think whatever is happening is really important? Yes or no? Do you take whatever happens personally or no? I sure did take that plumber negotiating personally. I have to say I did. Did you offer an opinion to anyone else, a suggestion or a comment or advice, or no, not did you, do you? Do you offer opinions, suggestions, comments, or advice without being asked? If you answer yes, I'm telling you, you're subtracting from your happiness. Do you have control over anything that happens? Do you blame other people for how you're feeling? Do you compare yourself with other people? You know what, I have to say, I got to raise my hand on that one because I don't know why. I don't know why I think, I'm gonna let this out. I don't know why I think I should have everything that Oprah has. I mean, why don't I have that influence? She's got it. Okay, here we go. Any situation, especially one that you are, maybe you don't want to have had, let's say negative, bad, whatever the label you want to use, are you talking about this with other people? See, this sharing bad news, something happens on the news or something happens tragic, I don't understand the sharing of the bad news. Know that whenever you're sharing those kind of things, you're subtracting from your happiness. And it's actually a habit. Are you believing your thoughts? Yes or no? If yes, are you sure your thoughts are true? Here's a good one coming up. Do you criticize yourself? Yes or no? Do you criticize others? Do you find fault with other people? Do you think about the past? Do you think about the future? Are you in somebody else's business? Are you paying attention to what other people are saying and doing? Are you committed to finding peace in every moment? Are you committed, here's a good one, are you committed to creating a peaceful relationship every time you're in the presence of someone else? See, I'm the one with all the power in any kind of relationship. I'm the one. I know how to create peace. I know how to create drama, too. So am I committed to creating peace in every moment with every person I come in contact with? I was on the edge with that plumber, and let me tell you. Are you practicing behaviors that will add to your happiness on a daily basis? Or no? Do you laugh out loud every day? Are you celebrating your personal growth regularly? I mean celebrating self. Are you celebrating your personal growth? I mean celebrate birthday, celebrate Christmas. Celebrate your personal growth. That is huge. Huge. Do you smile at strangers? Are you comfortable? This is a good one. Are you comfortable with uncertainty, also known as not trying to plan the future? Are you comfortable with uncertainty? Yes or no? Are you accepting your reality in this moment? Are you resisting your reality in this moment? Are you practicing being aware and conscious during every moment? That's my happiness checklist, and I created this. I was actually inspired by my students, the Importance of Happiness class students, and they wanted something simple that they could use every day, just to stay on track. And I have to say that being honest with self, I can't be any more honest with self because I know when I'm resisting. I know when I'm a little trying to trying to control the moment and trying to change the moment. I already know it. I could feel it. It doesn't feel too good. But then again, which I didn't even add to this because this is another question. Are you accepting of everything, accepting of what happens, accepting of self, accepting of others? That's a big one. Accepting. I mean, those creatures that live at the bottom of the ocean, animals don't do anything else but accept. There's no light. You can't swim, so you grow legs. The acceptance is really a key. It's huge. Answer yes or no. Can other people hurt your feelings? Can other people offend you? Can other people disappoint you? Do you blame other people? I already asked that. Do you blame other people for how you feel? I already asked that one. So see, these yes or no questions, it keeps everything short and to the point and clear. And if you have to say, listen, some people answer these questions sometimes. Well, if you answer the question sometimes, then it's a no. It's either yes or no. Anyway, that's all I have for Reality Spirituality Day. I really thank all my listeners, all my listeners out there in online radio land. And Reality Spirituality, the truth about happiness, is heard every Sunday in the morning. Sometimes it's 8 a.m. Pacific time. Sometimes it's 9 a.m. Pacific time. It depends on what's going on in my day. It depends on what I'm inspired to do. So you can visit my website at RebeccaNorrington.com. That's RebeccaNorrington.com. Follow me on Twitter at RLNorrington. My Instagram handle is Reality Spirituality. My book, Reality Spirituality, The Truth About Happiness, can be purchased on Amazon and also Lulu.com. That's LULU.com. My second book, Program for Happiness, will be out sometime this year. I'm writing it. Until next time, my dear audience, I want you to remember who you are. I want you to remember you are a physical extension of the universe. You're always evolving. You're always changing. You're always growing. Love is patient, and love is kind. Be patient, and be kind to yourself. Be your own best friend. Remember, you cannot have a happy ending to an unhappy journey. Shout out to Nate Balance, New York. You've been listening to Reality Spirituality. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, oh, it's time to get real. Oh, yeah. It's a new experience. Reality Spirituality. Yeah, keep your ears open for this one, man. Reality Spirituality. You got a question for RLN? Reality Spirituality. Yeah, it's time to get some answers, baby. Reality Spirituality. Oh, now we get real. Get real. Reality Spirituality. Yeah, it's time to get down. Reality Spirituality.